Good morning. It's Saturday, May 28th, and I have a very interesting topic, I think, this morning, which deals with the mayoral candidate, Zohan Mamdami. Now, he's an American politician who served as a member of the New York State Assembly from the 36th District, which is based in Queens. And he's a member of the Democratic Party and the Democratic Socialists of America. And he had been elected, so to speak, to represent the Democrats in the mayor of New York City in the 2025 election. And the reason I find it very interesting with Mamdami is because he spent time in the Bronx. He immigrated to the United States when he was 7 years old, and he settled in New York City, and he graduated from the Bronx High School of Science. And I have many, many friends who went and graduated from the Bronx High School of Science. And then he got a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies from Baldwin College. And he worked as a housing counselor, and he was a hip-hop musician before he got into politics. So he's an interesting character. Not in my mind your normal politician. And he was first elected to the New York State Assembly in 2020. And he defeated the four-term incumbent Aravella Samatas and has since been re-elected without opposition. He announced in 2024 that he intended to run for mayor in the 2025 election. So his campaign platform includes things like supporting free city buses, public child care, city-owned grocery stores, a rent freeze on rent-stabilized units, and building affordable social housing units. And he is a critic of Israel. Now, during his Democratic campaign, Mamdami received several endorsements from progressive politicians, including Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And then in the primary election, he became the presumptive Democratic nominee. So if he is elected, Mamdami will be the first Indian-American mayor of New York City. And I don't know why they bring all these things up, because I don't know that that matters. Can he do the job? That is the question. So we know he was born in Uganda, and basically, in looking at the information, he's about 37 years old. So he's a young man, and I think that's what we need in this country, more young blood. And he lived in Cape Town, South Africa for a while. And he went to elementary school or grammar school or whatever called it there. And his father was a professor at a university. And when he was 7, he ended up in New York City. And he went to the Bank Street School of Children. And then he went to the Bronx High School of Science. And that's a big plus in my mind. And then he attended college in Maine. And he co-founded the school chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine. And he got a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies. So he put together an unusual background for a politician. And I think that's good. As somebody new looking at the way we run our political universe, it's a good chance to be the new mayor. And I think I would definitely vote for him if I was living in New York City. Because I think he's going to bring something new, something exciting to the job. And he's coming there with a different view on what the city needs. That's what I believe he's going to do. And I think that's important, bringing something new to the political arena in New York, I believe, and that's worth looking at. In 2017, Mamdami joined the Democratic Socialists of America and worked for the campaign of New York City Council candidate Qaeda El-Yateem, a Palestinian Lutheran minister and Democratic Socialist from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And in October of 2019, Mamdami announced his campaign to represent New York's 36 state assembly districts, which encloses Astoria and Long Island City in Queens. And he was endorsed by the Democratic Socialists of America. And he was running on a housing reform platform and police and prison reform and public ownership of utilities. And in June 2020 primary, he won over the four-term Democratic candidate Aravella Simontas. And it took almost a month to call the election. That's how close it was. So right now, Mamdami is a member of the DSA's 9-member state socialists in office bloc in New York and a member of the Muslim Democratic Club of New York. And his assembly district includes sections of Astoria, which has a significant population of Muslim and Arab voters. So Mamdami is solid in his position. I don't think he has much to worry about in terms of getting elected and re-elected. And in January of 2025, he was a member of 9 assembly committees. Committee on Aging, Committee on Cities, Committee on this, Committee on Black and Puerto Ricans, Hispanics. He was doing a lot of different things. And so it looks to me like Mamdami is a hard worker and has been trying very hard to do the job properly. So in his role, he cited among his accomplishments for winning over $100 million in the state budget for increased subway service. And he successfully launched a fare free bus pilot program. And he did some other things that are worth mentioning, but it will take us too long to go through everything. So I'm done with him. He looks like a good candidate to me, and I hope he can win the election. So I leave you with those facts this morning, and I hope you pay attention and look into the Mamdami background. Have a great day. Take care. See you in the morning. Bye.